This is a real story. Four brothers, and they were sons of a very wealthy, rich man, businessman. So he was like having so many businesses. He had this cotton cloth business, you know. So now his four sons were like grown up people and they were already taking charge of the whole business. And the father had become like 65, 70 years old, you know, very old he had become. And yet the father was, you know, so much, you know, active in the business that he wasn't allowing his own sons to actually take full charge. And the sons were thinking that father, ho gaya, abhi, you know, you have become quite old, 70 years. You are, you know, anytime you will leave the world, you prepare for your next life now. Do not be so much interested into so much, you know, your business. No, we are there. We'll take care of it. Four brothers of all of us are there. You leave it to us. You retire. Okay, by 70 years. But the man was so much attached to his, you know, all the wealth, property, etc. No, he was like so much active. Nah, not at all giving any time to spirituality. So all these brothers, they had been taking him to different satsang programs, different places, different things. Arey bhai, somebody help our son to our father to understand that ho gaya bhai inka 70 years, how long you will continue? Retire ho jao bhai. But he was going around not changing. Finally, they understood one powerful formula. So they thought, let us take him to Varanasi, Kasi. Let us take him to Kashi. And the Kashi, you know, you have Kashi Vishwanath temple, and just nearby, you have a very big Shamshan Ghat. Right? Shamshan Ghat. Ganges is flowing, Shamshan Ghat is there. Okay, so they thought that let us take our father to Shamshan Ghat and we'll sit over there, and hopefully he will have some change of heart. So they took him. From morning to evening, they sat near the bank of the Ganges, that Shamshan Ghat, and so many people came and they were, you know, putting their relatives to fire. So many, like in a day, so many people, dozens of people came. And from morning to evening, they were seeing this whole scenario. You know, that somebody is coming, some relatives, then they are burning the body of the relative, then they move on. They put the asthi in the Ganges, they move on. This went on for, you know, so many dozens of times. From the sunrise, now it became sunset, the evening time. And now the father was, you know, watching this throughout the day. All brothers were sitting there hoping that some change will come. He will give up his attachments. And at the time, in the night, almost when the evening had already come, the father came and called all his sons, sons, come. My heart is getting one big realization now. I want to tell it to you. And the sons came, some change happened or what? And he started crying tears. He started crying, oh my God, you know, what did I do? I have wasted my life. Oh, my life had wasted I wasted my life. He started crying. And the sons were feeling very happy. Finally, Kashi had such power. The Varanasi had power that our father has got transformed. Oh great. Now he will give his, all this wealth and all. He will give all the property to us and we can enjoy. He can retire now. He was saying, oh, sons, I want to tell my realization. Total life waste. I did not do anything worthwhile. Completely, I have wasted my whole human life. And I simply kept on doing this business of this cloth business and all. I should not have done that. I should have better done something else. Look at what happened to my life. It's total waste. He's crying. And the sons are becoming happier and happier. A very powerful realization. And then the father became little calm and said, now I have decided. This is what they wanted to hear. Now I have decided. Sir, please give me your property now. We are to retire. Yes, how I have decided. What you have decided? I have decided that I will no longer continue my cloth business. Haribol, the four sons said. Very good. Wait. Why are you excited? Because I will no longer continue my cloth business. If I only knew that so much demand is there of the wood. Look at how much in the day they are, you know, burning the wood here. If I only knew that so much demand exists for the wood, I would have done the wood business. I would not have wasted my time in the cloth business. Immediately I am going to go and I will shut down all my cloth mills and I will open the wood business. Chalo. And all these four brothers were, baap re baap. What is this? Even sitting on Samsan Ghat, he's only thinking about doing business. Oh, so this is the thing actually. You see, material attachment is such that to cultivate is not difficult, but to build up is extremely difficult actually. To the fag end of the life of the person does not give up their material attachments. That is a problem. And hence, to deal with material attachments, you have to sharpen your intelligence. We cannot deal with material attachments with softness. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that the sword of detachment has to be used to cut down the tree of attachment. 15th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna gives this analogy that compare this material world or material attachment to a tree, and you cannot deal with material attachment with softness, because by soft hand you cannot uproot a huge tree. That is not possible, right? So he says that we should deal with material attachment by the sword or the axe of detachment, spiritual knowledge. One should get spiritual knowledge, as he was speaking, because spiritual knowledge helps a person to get that axe by which he can cut down that tree of material attachment. And such spiritual knowledge can only be gained in the association of those who are realized devotees, those who are practicing the spiritual life properly. In their close association only, we can get such a quality of being materially detached. By the association of the Mahat, by the association of the Mahat means the great devotees. By the association of the great devotees, our heart's attachments get purified. When we engage in the service of the Sant Mahant, right? When we engage ourselves in the service of the great Vaishnavas, we slowly cultivate the right detachment required to get out of this material world and enter the spiritual world. Otherwise, on our own, it is not possible. In the path of spirituality, therefore, the service to the devotees is considered very great. So I'll also tell you another story. Should I? Should I tell you one more story on material attachment? Yes. So once there was a very beautiful lady, extremely beautiful lady, and there was a prince in the kingdom. And so he got attracted to this very beautiful lady. And so he went to the house of the lady and said that, Madam, I want to marry you. Please, kindly become my princess, and next you will become the queen. So please marry me. Now, although she was a very beautiful girl, but she was also a very saintly person. Actually, she was very saintly and a devotee of the Lord. So she thought that unnecessarily this prince is only getting attracted to my material body. But actually, if he really wishes to become happy, he should become a servant of Lord Vishnu, because that is the only way to get permanent happiness. So not wanting to unnecessarily waste the human life of the prince and her own, she decided that something she should do. Something she should do to help the prince get rid of his material attachments. And so she went to her spiritual master and asked the guru that, my dear saintly person, so and so prince has come and he has given me this proposal of marrying me. So, but I do not want this person to waste his human life like this in simply cultivating the material attachments. So kindly tell me, what should I do? This person has come and he is asking me that I should marry. So I told, I will tell you after some time, you come later. Let me think about it. I will tell you after some time. So now tomorrow he will come. What answer should I give him? She goes and asks the spiritual master. So the spiritual master says that, do one thing. If you want to help this man to give up his material attachment, then you should engage him in the service of the Vaishnavas, in the service of the devotees. Ask him to feed 1,000 devotees every day, because he's a prince, he's a great prince, he has so much money, he has a lot of wealth. So therefore ask him to feed 1,000 devotees every day. And if he does it for 1 month, then only you agree for marriage. Otherwise, you should not agree. So the saintly lady went back, and the prince came, and the prince, he told to the prince that this is what my condition is, that every day what you should do, you have to serve 1,000 devotees. So please kindly give them some wonderful prasadam, every day for 1,000 devotees, and you should personally come and serve them, not that you just give money. You should come and serve. So the prince said, okay, not a problem. I can wait for 1 month and it is not a big deal for me for serving 1000 devotees. It's not a very big money. I'll do it. He said, okay, agreed. And he became very happy that this girl is now, has become interested in me. And now after 1 month, I can marry her. Perfect. Very nice. So he started doing the service. So the first day came and many great devotees were sitting and he was going around because the saintly lady is watching over there. She's sitting there. How is he doing or not? So he made a very opulent feast. Varieties of rice, varieties of, puris, kachoris, gulab jamuns, all different things he made. He got it made. And he was personally coming and by his own hand serving the devotees who were there. And after all the devotees were served, they all blessed him. Krishner Matirastu. May you become attached to Krishna. May you become attached to Krishna. They all blessed him so much. And he said, oh, very nice. I got the blessings. Actually, he was not doing to get the blessings. What he was doing it for? But to marry that girl. That's why he was doing it. Nevertheless, he was getting blessings. So first day passed. Second day came. Second day also he brought very nice pakwan. And he saw all these devotees. And devotees were again very happy. And they said, they all blessed him. Krishna Matirastu. May you always remember Krishna. May you never forget Krishna. And he was like, okay, very nice. Second day has passed. Like that, 5 days, 6 days, 7 days, 10 days, some 10 to 15 days passed. And he started liking the entire thing very much. This act of serving these great Mahatmas is such a powerful remedy to material attachment that even the prince, he started feeling that, these people are so wonderful. Huh? They are always blessing me. His heart slowly started softening. And after 15 days, of serving these devotees, he said, Sant Mahatmas, all of you are coming. I am so grateful that you are accepting my prasad. But why don't you also tell me some katha? Like you all seem to be very knowledgeable. So you please tell me something. So then they started teaching him also. And he started learning from them. Correct? He started learning from them. They told him about the goal of human life. They told him about that how this life is very temporary. They told him that the only reason God has given you this human life is for going back to Him. So you should practice spirituality. So slowly, 20 days pass, 25 days pass. In the association of these great Mahatmas, not just association, actively serving them. That is very great thing actually. Actively serving these great Vaishnavas, he started developing great interest in spiritual life. And you will not believe me, this is a true story. After 30 days had passed, he got so much high taste in serving these devotees that he continued on. 1 month passed, 2 months passed, 3 months passed. He kept on doing this service. He did not stop it. Because he developed so much of attachment to all those great Mahatmas. So much so that 3 months later, he had to be reminded, you had put some condition actually. 1 month is over. And now this lady, he saw that this prince he is no longer attached to materialistic things. Now he had become a Vaishnava, totally a Vaishnava inside. And so therefore the Guru came and he blessed the marriage of both of them. That now this is so wonderful, you both are exact match for each other. This girl is also very saintly, and now this prince has also become very saintly devotee of the Lord. Now both of you get married with the great blessings. Actually, this is the power. The power of serving the great Vaishnavas is so huge that it can completely remove our material attachments. The only thing is we have to do that. We have to do that. Service to Mahant. So the same thing happened in the Narad Muni's life also. Do you know in the last life, Narad Muni was a son of a maid servant. Do you know those people who go to others' home and they wash clothes or wash the dishes and do some household things, right? They are called as maid, right? So therefore, he was a son of a maid. Who? Narad Muni. Narad Muni in his previous life, previous to when he became Narad, before that life, he was a boy of 5-year-old in a town where his mother used to serve in various houses. And that was the only source of livelihood for this woman because the father was not there. So the son and the mother were staying together. And the mother would go around in various houses, do the household chores, and then get some money, and therefore they both were living together like that. So one day, what happened that from that same village, as this Narad boy was staying, the same village, the four Bhakti Vedantas, they were passing from there actually. Great devotees of Lord, they were passing from that place. And just at that time, the rainy season had started. Just like the rainy season is about to start in Hyderabad. So the rainy season had started. And therefore, they wanted to stay in that place for 4 months. Because, when these great devotees, they were traveling from various holy places to holy places. Those days, we did not travel by trains, etc. So they were walking from one holy place to another holy place. So as they were walking since the rainy season began, hence they had to stay at one place. So they stayed in that town for 4 months. So this lady, she had this innocent faith that these are great devotees. Let me go and offer some small menial services because they are staying in some cottage. Okay, let me go and clean the area properly. They are eating prasad. Let me go and clean their pots, etc. So she carried her son also. So, son, you please come along with me. You also assist. You also come. So the Narad boy also came. So he also started cleaning the place. He also started washing, the dishes, etc. Along with mother. Very small act, what is there in that? Nothing too great. But as he was doing it, 4 months, so many days, 4 months, he kept on doing. And since he was a small boy, he used to go near to these saintly devotees. So he used to start watching them from near. What are these people doing whole throughout the day? So he used to watch. He would sit beside them, and they would be reading Srimad Bhagavatam in the early morning, and they would be discussing on Bhagavatam. He would sit there. He may not understand, but he would sit there. He would keep sitting there, keep watching them, keep doing. Okay, they are chanting some Hare Krishna Mahamantra. He's watching. He used to observe everything, whatever these Bhakti Vedantas would do, and very obediently he would do whatever they would say. Oh, Narad, you come here, please. Take this book, keep it there. The small things he would do. Whatever the Bhakti Vedantas would say, he would do. Very small acts. And one day, Bhakti Vedantas, they became very pleased by him. That, you are at your age, the children are always playing. Yeah? They always go here, go there. They are always busy in Kautuhala. How come you are so attracted that you always come and sit? Last 4 months, you have been sitting, coming, and always hearing this katha, etc. And you seem to be very special. So they gave him some prasad. You please take this prasad now. And so therefore Narad Muni, Narada boy, he took that prasad. And he became, by the power of that holy association and the power of blessings of those great souls and the power of prasad given by those great souls, his heart became totally attracted to Lord Vishnu. And he learned from them the entire science of spirituality in these 4 months. And after 4 months, the Bhakti Vedantas left from this place. They went to the rainy season stopped, they went. But Narad's life now took a different course of action. Now the whole life was changing. He became very contemplative and he started thinking about how should I use the spiritual knowledge which I have got? What should I do with it? He started thinking about it. Just during that time, Lord Vishnu wanted to accelerate the devotional service of Narad Muni. Because Lord is more interested in us to come back to spiritual world than we are interested to go there actually. Because he is like a father to us. We are like naughty children. Like father is more interested for the child to sit in a class than the son. You have seen it. Some class is going on. The father is more, beta, baith jao. I want to do this. We are like naughty children and Krishna is like father. He is more interested in taking us back to spiritual world than we are interested to go there. Right? So therefore, what did Krishna do? What did Lord Vishnu do? Lord Narayan was thinking, this boy, he has now got the blessings of the great Bhakti Vedantas, but there is one obstacle remaining in his life. And that is his attachment to his mother. That's the only attachment remaining. Because what else is boy have? Nothing else is there in his, with him. Only one attachment is there in his life. So one day what happened? So this woman, mother of Narada Muni, Narada, not Muni, Narada in the previous life. So she was walking and after the rainy season, the snakes come out. If you are in a small town or a village, basically the snakes come out. Why? Because the rainy season, the whole thing gets filled with water. So the snakes, they come out of their holes. So one snake was passing, slithering by, as Narada's mother, she was going from the route, and she was bit. She was bit by a serpent, and she died on the spot. So Lord Vishnu took her to a better destination, because in this life she was a kept maid servant, who had to suffer so much. So therefore, Lord Vishnu gave her a better life in the next. Whereas in the life of Narada, what happened? The only attachment which he had was now gone from his life. He is free from all attachments. And now this Narada, at the age of 5, please think about this. Just at the age of 5, he has become shelterless. He has no mother. The father was already not there. And hence, now he remembers that Bhakti Vedantas had told me that I should go towards the north and I should sit there and meditate on Lord Vishnu. This was the age of Satyuga. So Kali Yuga, you cannot do this. Kali Yuga, you have to chant the holy names of Lord Krishna. That's the only possibility. Whereas this was Satyuga. So therefore he remembered that I have to go to this Himalaya region and I have to go there and sit and I have to meditate on Lord Vishnu. So he actually does so. Even though just being a small boy of 5, having got the blessings of the great Bhakti Vedantas, his life had totally transformed. There was no material attachments remaining, and he went, to that the Himalayan regions, and he meditated on Lord Vishnu with great intensity, such great intensity that Lord Vishnu came to give him darshan. And next life, he was blessed to become the saintly devotee Narada, whom we know. Narada Muni Bajaye Veena Radhika Ramana Name. So it is said that Narada Muni is always finding joy in Radhika Ramana Name. He always chants the names of Radhika Raman as well as of Lord Narayan. So many stories of Narada you might have heard till now, right? Where does he not go? Which planet he has not gone? Sargaloka also he is there. Narakaloka also he goes. Everywhere he goes. Kailash story you heard that he came to the earth planet. Everywhere he keeps going. Doing what? What does he do? He always tells everybody to become a devotee of Narayan. You heard this, right? So we always in that mood of compassion, preaching the glories of Lord Vishnu. In the age of Kali Yuga, the detachment has to be cultivated. But the detachment does not mean to go to the forest or to go to Himalaya. Because even if you go to the forest, you will be in great disturbance. Because there are so many anti-social elements which are found in the forest or in the Himalayas. So in the age of Kali Yuga, you do not have to leave your family and go to the forest or to the Himalayas. In the age of Kali Yuga, what you should do? You should be coming to such satsang programs and serve the devotees. That is the formula for the age of Kali Yuga. Chant the holy names, read Srimad Bhagavatam, and associate with devotees and serve them. That is the formula for the age of Kali Yuga. Not to go to Himalayas. Because what will you do after going to Himalaya also? What will you do over there? You will simply be disturbed. You can't do anything. Whereas in the association of the Vaishnavas, devotees, we can actually transform our life. Also, another point has to be mentioned, that detachment from material life also does not mean that we become callous towards our responsibilities. So we may have various responsibilities in life. We might have some children, we might have the husband, wife, relationships, etc. We might do them dutifully, but at the same time, our heart should be with Krishna. Our heart should not be in this world. Our heart has to become attached to Lord Krishna, while we might do certain duties in this world. So the duties also should be made God conscious. Whatever duties we have of a husband, of a wife, of a parent, of a father or a mother, they also we should responsibly do, as Hare Krishna Prabhu was telling so nicely about Krishna speaking to Arjun, right? When Arjuna, out of some illusion, he wanted to leave the battlefield. So Krishna says that's not for you, right? You should be actually fighting this war and gaining the glory for Lord. It wasn't only for doing the duty. It is actually to gain glory for Lord Krishna. As we spoke in the camp also, remember? I spoke that. Krishna says that you should remember him. Remember me. Mam anusmara yuddha cha. Krishna says that it is not just you do yuddha, but what you should do? Mam anusmara yuddha cha. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu. You should always remember me. In every time, place, and circumstance, you should remember me. That is primary instruction. Do your duty is a secondary instruction. It is not the primary one. So, do your duty, it is so that you do not have a wrong example for people in the world. The people in the world should not get bewildered by seeing your wrong example. That's what he's saying. So, but the primary thing is to remember Krishna. The secondary thing is to do the duty. It is not that primary is made secondary or secondary is made primary. Yes. So, material attachments are very difficult to give up. But what is the conclusion? Conclusion is we can give up material attachments by doing what? By doing what we can give up the material attachments? 3 stories I told you, right? One by one. What is the essence? How we actually get detachment from the material things of this world? How do we get them? So I told you the Narad Muni story, and I told you that princess story, right? And also I told you the story of the 4 brothers and the father. So you cannot get detachment merely by hoping for it or by merely sitting on the Samshan Ghat, etc. Correct? Then how can you get material detachment? How does the prince become materially detached? By serving the great devotees. Exactly. That is the thing. So by serving the Mahant, the great Vaishnavas, we actually develop detachment from everything material. That is actually formula. The same thing I spoke in the case of Narad Muni also. How did he become completely detached? By the blessings of the Bhakti Vedantas, the great devotees, right? So this is the formula in our life. The formula to develop spiritual, to develop detachment from material things and alertness towards spiritual things is by serving the great devotees. That is the thing actually. In your life, all of you also, if you will serve the devotees by whatever means possible, you will see that in your life also you will get the same blessings to have the material detachment. Otherwise, it's an impossibility. On our own way, by our own power, we will not be able to ever detach. And as what is the problem of not getting detached? What is the problem? Okay, why should I even have material detachment? As you can see in these stories which I mentioned and Hari Krishna ji mentioned also, that the problem is that we will ultimately suffer in this material world. We will ultimately suffer in this material world. This material world is not a good place. Every single day, so many people are having so many troubles in this material world. There is no single day where there is no death. There is no single day where people are not getting diseases. There is no single day where varieties of sufferings are not coming to people. Do you still hope that this material world will give you happiness? Think about it. The nature of material world is it will give misery. So a wise person understands that I shouldn't be making plans to stay in this material world. I should be making plans to exit from here to go to the Vaikuntha Jagat, where there is no misery. This is very important. Only intelligent people can think like that. Otherwise, everybody simply remains absorbed in the material, fold of life. That is why it is very, very important to have the right, healthy detachment from material things of this world. Okay. So, there was Indra. Once Indra was doing some mischievous activity. So, this topic I will complete by telling this last story. So, we have story after story for material, how to have material detachment and the trouble with the material attachments. So, once Indra, Indra is the Raja of Swarga. So, but he was doing some mischievous activity. So, Brahmaji cursed him. Are Indra, you are doing very mischievous activity. So, you go to the material planet, Earth. Go to Earth planet and become a hog. Become a hog. Hog means pig. Become a pig. So, the Indra fell down to Earth planet and became a pig over here. And as he was a pig, he started doing pigly activities. So he got one Mrs. Hog also. He got his wife, Mrs. Hog, and he also got some hog children, hoglets, small baby hogs also. Hog, you understand, na? What you call swine or pig, right? So who eats this stool on what is there in the side? In Hyderabad, you don't see them quite often, right? You don't see, but in other places you can see hogs, swines, or pigs. So he got that. He got that punishment. So he was in this body. So few years passed, and then the term period of the curse got completed. So hence Brahma decided that I should bring back Indra. He should come back to his position and he should start doing whatever management activities he was doing. He should start resuming it. Yes, ma'am. Okay. So he started, he should come back. Indra should come back. He thought that, okay, enough of punishment. Finish, the time period is over. Around a few years have passed. So let me bring him back. So Brahmaji came. And he spoke to Indra in the hog's body. Oh, Indra, do you remember? You are a Raja of the Swarga. So now your term period in the hog body is complete. So you please come along with me. Now I'll take you to Swarga. And Indra replied, what? What I have to do? Oh, you have to come along with me. Ah, no. I don't want. I don't want. I am so happy here. I live so nicely. You see, I every day get to eat fresh stool. I am so happy. Please do not disturb me. I am not going anywhere. Arre, Bevakoof, Indra, I am taking you to Swarga where you will get nice halwa. Cooked in pure ghee. Arre, what stool you are thinking that I am enjoying? Chalo, come along with me. Arre, no, Brahmaji, I am not interested. You say, I am not interested. Arre, I have a very nice wife. Why should I go from here? No. I am not going to go. My wife is here. Arey, Sachi is waiting for you. The most beautiful Apsara in the heavenly planet. Your Sachi, your wife, she is waiting. Arey, Baba, you have got a curse. You have come in this hog body. Come on, get rid of this thing. Come along with me. Oh, no. They are very nice small children. You can see they are also there along with me. I cannot go. I have to be here only. I am enjoying very nicely. Hello, fool. You will not listen like this. Huh? Indra was so. Can you imagine? Even though the Swargalok Rajadipati, Indra, he has come to the earth planet, has become a hog, but the material attachment is so strong that he is unwilling to get rid of such a condition of life also. Think about it. Actually, material attachment is such a thing that which makes us attached to the miseries of this world. It's not that we have become attached to something which is giving us happiness. No. Can you not understand? Indra, do you think he's enjoying? From his own perspective, he's thinking I'm enjoying. I am eating stool very nicely. I am having very nice, beautiful wife, Mrs. Hog. I am having very nice baby hoglets. And he's thinking this is great life. And from the point of view of Brahma, he is miserable. He is extremely miserable, suffering in this world. Yes or no? By all of your intelligence, what do you think? So let me take the mic circulation, please. Please let me know. What do you think? Is the Indra suffering in the hog's body or is he enjoying in the hog's body? Let us have some opinion poll. Madam Mataji, आप बोलिए. हाँ, Prabhuji is enjoying. He is actually enjoying or he is actually suffering? Actually enjoying. Actually enjoying. Who, from the Indra's perspective, he is enjoying, or from your perspective, he is enjoying? From Indra's perspective, he is enjoying. From your perspective, I am asking. It's not. From your perspective, he is enjoying? No. Would you want to trade position with his position? No. No, right? No. Look at that. That's what. Exactly. From our own human intelligence also we know that he is not enjoying. Correct? From our own human intelligence we see, eating stool is going to be something very nice or what? He is drinking the water of gutter. We will abhor. Little smell from the toilet comes. What do we do? Refresh karo, bhai, sab kuch saaf karo. Yes or no? That fellow is living in that. He is living in the gutter water. He is drinking that actually. Do you think that is enjoyment? From our human intelligence, he is suffering. Yes or no, Prabhu? Mataji, what do you feel? What is happening with Indra?
Prabhuji, as you said, for the as per their opinion, they are enjoying.
But he is thinking like that.
He is thinking that he is enjoying.
Yes.
But our perception, like, he is not enjoying. He is suffering in the material world.
Yes. And your perspective is is better perspective, or the Indra's perspective is better perspective? Is your opinion or value what you are thinking about? Is it from a better position of understanding, or his understanding is better? Indra's understanding.
I don't know what the Indra actual.
Yeah, Indra is trapped in the animal body. He is having only animal intelligence.
Okay.
You have human intelligence.
It is not a correct, Prabhuji.
Correct.
Indra's perception is not a correct.
From human intelligence, we can clearly see that he is suffering a lot. But from his animal intelligence, he is thinking, "Are I am enjoying." The same thing happens to us actually. From our human perspective, we think that, "Are I am so nicely here. I have this, I have that, I have so many good things." But see it from the divine perspective. Then you realize, oh my God, what am I missing? You see, Indra was missing the heavenly enjoyment which was awaiting him. That's the point. What he is suffering there versus what Brahmaji wants to take him to. Brahmaji wants to take him to where? Swargalok. Do you feel what Indra was telling to Indra was telling to Brahmaji? Do you think that was a very correct thing? What he's saying? No, I am happy here. Don't take me. Yes, Sujata Mataji, let me hear from. Please, your opinion. Do you think Indra telling to Brahma that I don't want to go to Swarga, I am already enjoying here? Was it a right thing?
No, it's not a right thing.
Not at all.
Intelligence, lack of intelligence.
Correct. It is lack of his intelligence. He is suffering so much, he would have got so much greater, better happiness in Swarga. Same thing is along with us. Actually, we are thinking we are happy here, or whatever, even we observe that we are miserable, actually. None of us can say that everything is great in our life. So many miseries come. But despite that, we are attached to this world. It's exactly like that Indra, who is refusing to go to the Swarga. When we stop practicing spiritual life seriously, actually we are like that Indra, who is saying that, "Arey, no, let me be here only. Why to go to Vaikuntha? Why to go to the spiritual world? Arey, better I am here only happy." Think about it. Actually, that is what we are doing. So we should develop this right perspective, the right intelligence, spiritual intelligence. The human body is an award, gift, where healthy detachment from material life is a necessity to practice spirituality. Without that, we'll lose this human form of life actually. So how do we combat our material attachments? They're not going to go away in 1 day or 2 days. In the meantime, what should I do? Suppose we have material attachments, we all know. Then what should we do immediately? Okay, the solution is serve the great devotees. Let us start doing that. Service to great devotees. But still, immediately in 1 day, our attachments won't go away. So what should I do till then? Then we take shelter of spiritual discipline. So no matter what, we should decide a minimum thing in our spirituality, and whatever happens, we should never stop doing that minimum practice of spirituality. That is called as sadhana, as he was saying 2-3 times in his discussion, that we should fix a minimum sadhana. Like many of you, we are very happy that you have fixed some minimum sadhana of 4 rounds or something. So that should be the minimum practice which you should do, never reducing below that. Because otherwise material attachments will keep on justifying. We'll keep on, "Arey, I have this to do, arey, I have that to do, arey, this much is there, that is there." This will continue in life. What we should do? We should make our minimum sadhana program as a compulsory thing. Just like we eat daily, sleep daily, we should not miss our rounds ever. We should have that spiritual discipline. That's the way actually. The minimum spiritual program. Never a day will come in our life where, just everything will be completely all right. And at that time, I will do my 4 rounds. That's never going to happen. Rather, what has to happen? This is the first priority. Let me start my day with the 4 rounds. How much it takes? Just a half an hour. It's not a big thing. Just give up your mobile for half an hour. You'll get enough time. We don't have to take out time from essential things of life. We may just take out time from non-essentials, like watching this mobile, YouTube or whatever, Facebook, so many things we keep scrolling. Just take out time from your excessive TV watching. Just take out time from your unnecessarily talks with others. So many things we keep wasting our time actually. So come what may, even if it is your exam day, even if it is your whatever day, we should daily chant the minimum rounds which we have fixed. This is called a spiritual discipline. If you cultivate spiritual discipline and continue serving devotees, you definitely will have the healthy attachment to Krishna and healthy detachment from this world. That is a two-way to combat our spiritual laziness and material attachments. Is this clear for everyone? Are you all happy to hear this? Haribol? So what is the action point which you are going to do after hearing this? Prabhuji, you can share. What is the action? What do you, after you heard that material attachments are very horrible and they won't go away very easily, you heard the solution. So what do you,
Continuously chanting Prabhuji.
yes. Every day you should
Every
chant.
day we used to chant.
You already have a mala in your life,
Yes, yes.
on your neck. Haribol.
Haribol.
So please, every day you should chant the minimum rounds which you have decided. So you decided 4 rounds and you do every day. Even if your work is little tight, work schedule is this, that, or whatever, 4 rounds is possible.
That is possible. Yeah.
Just like we don't stop breathing, na? Even though we have our deadline. We won't stop breathing. We will stop breathing because you have some office deadline. No, right? Similarly, japa is our spiritual lifeline. Our chanting of 4 rounds or whatever rounds you have decided is like our lifeline. We should never give it up actually. It's like that. We should not even dream to give it up actually. What to speak of actually doing it. Thank you, Prabhu. Prabhu, you can share something. We missed you in our that yatra.
Yes, Prabhu.
Next yatra you can come.
Definitely. Yeah. So, Prabhu, actually, we need to be in the state of mode of goodness in performing
Yes.
chanting, especially be consistent rather than performing the same day chanting 4 rounds. We need to be maintain the same and to detach from the material existences.
Every day we should chant.
Every day.
Whatever we have fixed. Ideally, if possible, do it in the early morning.
Yeah, Prabhu.
You see what I do in my life, my wife and myself, we do this every day. That whenever we wake up early in the morning, generally we wake up by 4:30 between that. So immediately after waking up, freshing up ourselves, the first activity we both have decided, first activity, not second. The first activity is we take our mala and first we chant. And once your rounds are over, you can do so many things. Of course, for this you'll have to wake up early. Because especially ladies, you know, you have to cook your breakfast. Otherwise, your husbands will come to me and say, Arey Prabhuji, we are hungry. Wife is not cooking breakfast. What is this? She's sitting in the mala. Why do you? You have to wake up bit early. I will tell you, many ladies I have seen. Many ladies I have seen. We have been preaching to so many devotees from last so many years, around 20 years. I have seen many ladies who are very sincere souls, extremely sincere. They are very dutiful towards their husbands. They are very dutiful towards their children. But they never miss their chanting of rounds. Never. How do they manage it? So they have decided that they wake up a slight earlier. Suppose your normal time of waking up was 5:30 or 6 o'clock. You just change it by half an hour only. Not too much. Not like, see, my waking up time, I'm like 22 years I have been practicing spirituality. So my waking up time is therefore 4 o'clock. It may not be yours waking up time now. I'm not suggesting that tomorrow you start that. It takes time to come to a proper, early waking up habit. It will take time. What you could do is just shift it by half an hour. Not much. Not for very, very high much. If you're waking up at 5:30, wake up at 5. If you're waking up at 6 o'clock, wake up at 5:30. You got extra 30 minutes. You got extra 30 minutes. Yes or no? That's all. That's all a spiritual intelligence. I said, then what to do? Half an hour sleep I have to take. So 2 ways. If you're not working, then you have time in the afternoon. You can take a nap of half an hour, 45 minutes. Not a problem. If you're not, especially if you're a lady at a house, this problem is mainly with the ladies. Gents don't have this problem. You don't have to go in kitchen and cook, right? You can simply, after freshing up, just chant your rounds. No problem only, right? Your wife is doing the cooking for you. You don't have to worry. Mainly for the ladies. That is the thing. I always tell all the Matajis that you wake up half an hour before. That's all. So you go to the chant your 4 rounds, then immediately go to the kitchen same time. Everything happens same time. but you get that half an hour extra for Krishna. That is a spiritual intelligence. That's how we can do it actually. For ladies, we can do like this, and for the gents, it is about just doing it the first thing in the day, not the second. Wake up, fresh up yourself instead of watching something on mobile or reading or newspaper or what so many things are there, to read. Just do it half an hour later. I'm not suggesting don't read. Maybe you're reading something good for you. Some people have interest in some learning activity or whatever. Okay, do it. But just before that, you chant your 4 rounds. That's all. Won't take your whole day, right? It just takes you 30 minutes. That's all. And then you are happy. Today, rounds are over. Hari bol. Like that, we should feel actually. That early in the morning, our rounds are over. That is the greatest thing actually. Yes? So, this is the way we can do. So, since all of you came with the expectation to hear some Hanumanji's pastime, I won't let you go without that. Just let me speak for a few minutes from the Sundar Kand of Ramayana. Although today our main discussion became on the topic of material attachment and spiritual laziness. And it was worthwhile hearing. We heard 4 stories, very nice stories, correct? And we got to understand much. But let me tell you a little bit about Sundar Kand, where we were in the past time. So I'll bring Hanumanji to a particular point so that from there next week you can have exciting journey of Hanumanji in the Lanka. Last week we informed, last week we were discussing that Hanumanji, he had landed on the island Sri Lanka, and from there how he liberated the Shani Dev as well as Yamaraj from how they had got into the clutches of Raman. And finally, he also liberates Lankini for stopping him to go inside the gate from the gate inside the Lanka. So up till there we had brought in the last class. Now today let us go from here further. So once Lankini was out of the sight, Lankini had went back to Brahmaloka to serve her master Brahmaji instead of Raman. Last week we informed that how Lankini had got this shrap curse. And because of the curse, she had actually become the servant of Raman. But she was misplacing her loyalty on a wrong master. Lankini was thinking that Raman is my master and I must serve the master. So her quality of loyalty was good, but the object of loyalty was wrong. The Atma is not the servant of Raman or anybody else. The Atma belongs to Lord Vishnu. So our loyalty should go to Vishnu only. He is the worthy master of all the people of the world. He is the Sarva Lokaika Natha. He is the Nath. Vande Krishnam Jagadguru we say, right? He is the Nath. He is the master of all the masters. So therefore our loyalty should actually go to Lord Vishnu, not to the different people of the world, especially those who are misdirecting us from the service of Vishnu. So that is a lesson we learned from Lankini, and Lankini therefore finally resumes her service to Brahmaji and to Lord Vishnu and moves on. And Hanuman is left there. Remember, Hanuman had taken a very small, tiny monkey's form so as to hide others, hide himself from others. Others should not feel that, other Rakshasas should not feel that he is a threat to Ravan. So now there was nobody on the door. Yet Hanumanji decided that let me not go inside the Lanka from the door. Because if people will watch me coming inside from this gate, they might still watch me carefully. So he jumps the tall wall of the Lankapuri, and from there he jumps inside in a dark, it's already dark. Like he jumps from a very tall wall and he jumps. And while jumping also, Hanumanji wanted to bring the greatest amount of inauspiciousness possible along with him. Plus, he made sure that as he jumps from the tall wall down to the bottom, he keeps his left leg first. So he landed from the wall to the ground by keeping his left leg first. Now, what is the meaning of keeping the left leg first? Please know that whenever you go to an auspicious ceremony or Griha Pravesh or anything like that, so according to Shastra, you should keep your right leg first. So keeping the right leg first, what happens? Brings auspiciousness. Whereas if you want to bring some disaster along with you, if you want to cause the harm to your enemy, then while entering the house of the enemy, you should keep the left leg first. So therefore, Hanumanji, right, even while doing the act of jumping from the wall down to the Lanka's ground, he first keeps his left leg in order to bring inauspiciousness along with him. That is a that was the consciousness in which Hanumanji was doing his service. You see, in anything we do, we can either do it mindlessly or we can do it mindfully. Hanumanji was so much mindful of the purpose what he has come for. He has not come in the Lanka Nagari to do anything other than causing it disaster. That's all what he has come for. So therefore he keeps his leg flag and then moves on. No, no longer, the time passed that his left leg touched the ground. His ears were filled with so much great music. Lanka was no ordinary place. It was heavily guarded. And everywhere he saw, Hanumanji was looking left, right, everywhere. So much heavily guarded city. And at the same time, although it was night, it was looking like some celebration is going on. There was so much intense sound of music going on, as of a party, right? What do you do? Like when you are entering into a place where party is going on, what happens? So much music. So there was so much music which was coming from various corners of Lanka, from all hither and thither. The music is coming. And people are he goes from one place to another, he keeps on going, jumping from one place to another, keeps seeing what is there in this place. In every place he goes, every house he peeps in, he's seeing that there are so many Rakshasa women who have decorated themselves with great jewels, ornaments, gold, silver, jewelries, diamonds, etc. And they were dancing. And the Rakshasa men who were heavily built and strong, they were dancing along, on the rhythm of the various musics which was going on. It was as if every home in that city, there was a party, which was going on, a party culture. This Kali Yuga party culture is exactly what these Rakshasas do, Party in the night, right? Party in the night. Is it not? Partying culture. So they were all doing that. And Hanuman was like, these people had become the worshipper of their bodies. Hanumanji is watching all of them. Each home in Lanka was like a temple. But what was being worshipped inside the temple? Not Bhagavan. In each of those houses, the Rakshasas were worshipping their own bodies. They were trying to enjoy the sense gratification to the maximum possible extent. And that is why Hanumanji compares in the Sundarkand each of these houses as the temples and the citizens living inside worshipping their own bodies. They considered their own bodies worshipable, that we have to enjoy through this body so much. Is this not the Kali Yuga culture? Like Kali Yuga culture is about skin deep beauty and respect is given only to the dress. You judge a person by what type of dress they are wearing. Yes or not? This is called as worshipping the body culture. You want to look very young. So therefore there are hundreds and thousands of brands of different hair creams and hair dyes and this and that and everything, hair colors. Nowadays, not even, earlier there used to be two colors, black and gray. Now they are multicolors. different colors people are putting. That's exactly the culture of worshipping the body, actually. Simply trying to, so skin deep beauty and respect given only to the dress. What type of dress a person is wearing, accordingly you will salute them. So many times if you go to a hotel or something, some place, restaurant or hotel, based on the dress which you wear, person will actually open the door for you. If you don't wear proper dress, they won't do it. Go out. This is not a place for beggars or whatever, So like that. People think that respect is given only to what? To the dress, not to the person, not to the character of the person. not to the wisdom of the person, but only to the dress of the person. It's very cheap. So therefore, you see today politicians, what are they doing? You know, these politicians who have absolutely no knowledge, even material, what to speak of spiritual. They don't even have proper material knowledge also. But yet, what they're becoming more and more powerful. Because, why? Because this is a worship culture. They simply release some money and the people think that I'll get some liquor, I will get some, laptop, I'll get some luxury, I'll get this, I'll get that, and free buys. And because the worship of the body is going on, that's all. I'll get this luxury, I'll get this item, I'll get this, I'll get that, and I'll enjoy. Okay, politician, I'll give you vote, you become the president or you become whatever, CM or whatever, MLA, this, that, whatever, you become that. That is exactly the culture of worshipping the body. Actually, all of the people only elect those corrupt politicians. Who else elect? They can't come to power if you don't vote. But why do people vote then? Because of worship of the body culture. That's all. What we consider important, liquor is, I am getting some liquor. That's what they distribute. Oh, that's what they distribute actually. The liquor. I'll get some liquor, I'll get 2,000 rupees per month, I will get some luxury, this one, if you are little more higher, if you are a zamidar, then I'll get some car, if you are little more higher, more people are under you, I'll get this, I'll get that. That's all. That's exactly called as worshipping the body. You are not even thinking what is valuable. You don't think that character is valuable, you don't think that there are higher virtues of life. The only thing matters is whatever the body can be happy with. That is called as worship the body culture. Today's Kali Yuga is not so much different than the Lanka of the Treta Yuga. What was happening inside the homes of the Treta Yuga, in Lanka, same Rakshasa culture pravatti has come in today's Kali Yuga, the normal homes of Kali Yuga. I have seen now people, you may not be having your own musical instruments, but people are always having a big television open, a huge, huge television screen they will keep, 32 inches, 50 inches, and then they will keep the music. And there is some music going on, some movie going on, that goes on in the evening hours. And especially people will not sleep early, till 12 o'clock, till 1 o'clock, they keep watching something on that big screen, and they think that I'm enjoying actually. That's exactly called as the Rakshasa Pravatti, which is there in these Rakshasas which they were doing. So Hanumanji was surprised by seeing that. And he goes on in various places. As he has come there in search of Mother Sita, but in the night, as he is going from one house to another, not finding Mother Sita, but still he is gathering all the different information which he can. If he could get Mother Sita in the very first house, he would have stopped. But since he is not finding Mother Sita, he is jumping from one house to another house to next house to next house. But he is not wasting his time, even for a moment. If not getting the information of Mother Sita, at least I can acquire as much information about this Lanka, so that I can tell to Ram, I can tell to our ministers, and they can plan an attack on this kingdom. So therefore he's going around. And he sees the different types of Rakshasa army men. They are all alert throughout the night. He also sees one particular area of Lanka where many Rakshasas are sitting and doing yajnas. What were they doing the yajnas for? They were chanting various hymns, mantras, tantras, mudra, all the different things they were doing. Different ahuti they were putting, because Ravana, although a Rakshasa, he knew the secrets of the Vedas. And he knew that I have obtained the great opulence, but if I have to maintain this opulence, then I will have to perform these Vedic rituals. And hence he had employed various Rakshasa men who used to every night sit there throughout the night and do the various, tantra, mantra, rudra, mudra, puja, ityadi, according to the Vedic scriptures, so as to give bala and power to Ravan. And Hanuman watched that also. Then he went on further and he found a cylindrical, huge, place, which was looking very different from the other houses. So he was very keenly interested in knowing what's there. He jumps over and he's a very tiny, compared to all these Rakshasas, he was very tiny monkey, so nobody noticed him only as he's going from, he's like a cat size monkey. He's just going from one place to another. Nobody is able to watch him. Sits on the top and looks inside that cylindrical structure, and he was amazed. He knew Ravana is powerful, but this much that he never knew. Thousands, lakhs, and crores of soldiers were maintained by the Ravana of all varieties of soldiers. Different varieties of Rakshasas were all doing their military practices within that huge dome structure, cylindrical structure. So many thousands and lakhs of them. The different military phalanxes. Somebody is having a trident. Somebody is having a, there are various sizes of Rakshasas also. The Sundarkand, if you read, Ramayana describes that there are various types of Rakshasas which are there. Some Rakshasas have only one eye and one ear. different types, one eye and one ear. Some were very small heighted. Some were very huge sized. Some were having, normal features. Different types. Some are reddish in color. Some are blackish in color. Different types of Rakshasas are there. Each one of them were practicing their different weapons with great power which they had. And looking at all of them with such a huge power, he started thinking, this army is so strong. How will us Vanaras be able to fight with these people? He started thinking about that. But nevertheless, he started noticing all whatever whatever phalanxes they had, taking a mental note of all of this so that he can inform Sugriva and others so that they can plan an attack properly. You see, the quality of a servant is this that he will do the service which he has been told, but he will also do the service which he has not been told. Hanumanji was told by Ram only one service, that you go to search of Mother Sita and please find out Mother Sita and come back to me, give me information. He never got this instruction that he should find out about the armies of Ravana. He never got that instruction actually. But because Hanumanji is so much in the mood of a servant, he wants to serve so much that he is doing an extra service here by taking a mental note of all the military army strength of and the weaknesses, all the strengths and the weaknesses of this army, so that it can come handy when there will be actual combat. So this is the quality of a servant actually. If you have a desire to serve, then you will look for service in everything. Once our dear Srila Prabhupada, so he had gone to America. Remember I told this story that how he went to America with risking his own life without any money. Remember I told you this a few weeks ago. Yeah? I was like Hanumanji crossed the oceans for the service of Ram. Srila Prabhupada ji crossed the oceans for the service of his spiritual master. Do you remember I spoke this, the discussion earlier, that how despite his old age, at the age of 70, with no resources, with no money, with nothing, how he actually begs for a ticket, for of Jaladuta ship, cargo ship, and finally he goes to America because it was instructed to him that he should preach Krishna consciousness in English language to the foreign men. Some people ask that what was the necessity for Prabhupada to go to America? Why couldn't he preach Krishna consciousness in India? Actually, for 11 years, Srila Prabhupada tried it. It's not that he didn't. For 11 long years, Srila Prabhupada was preaching in India. Remember, this is 1960s, where Britishers had just left, and therefore Indians were too busy in the economic development. So therefore, that's what the reply Prabhupada would get, that these all things are good, but Gita and all will do later. Right now, I'm very busy to earn money and this and that. Prabhupada tried for 11 years, and everybody was imitating the West. They were not interested in the Indian culture. So then Prabhupada thought that I'll go to America, I will preach to Americans, and once they become devotees, I'll bring these white Americans along with me to India. And then these white Americans, when our Indians will see that these Americans have become a devotee, they have given up their Western bad habits and they have adopted our own, the Bharatiya culture. They are becoming Vaishnavas. They are practicing our Sanatan Dharma. Then the eyes will open of the Hindus or the Sanatan Dharma followers, that if these Westerners can give up their bad habits and prioritize this bhakti even in the young age, then why should I not? That was the plan of Prabhupada. Prabhupada was not going to America to enjoy over there or to settle with the green card. He was going there with a clear plan to serve his spiritual master. Because his spiritual master, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, said, you go and preach there, that is the only way Indians will practice bhakti. There is no other way. They will just keep imitating whatever Westerners are doing. So therefore, if you bring them, bring the foreign men and women, those who are wearing saris, those who are wearing the Indian dresses, then when they are practicing bhakti, then the Bharatiya people will become awake. Arre, now let me do it. They are doing my culture, let me do my own. So that's what happened actually. Prabhupada brought the Westerners, and when they came along with him, oh, that was a great, the Bharatiya Sanskriti got awakened. The International Society of Krishna Consciousness has taken the Sanatan Dharma throughout the entire world. We have 670 plus temples all throughout the whole world. And lakhs of people, even those who are non-Sanatan Dharma followers, have come to Sanatan Dharma by this great preaching which we have done, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. So, Hanumanji, just like he had this consciousness always of service, even great devotees, they follow in the footsteps of Hanumanji. Prabhupada was also like that. Once he was in America, and one of his disciples was riding him. And as he was riding him in the car, so in the front there was a truck. And Prabhupada saw the truck, everybody saw the truck, but Prabhupada saw the truck differently. It was a flat bed truck, very huge, long truck, but flat bedded. Flat bedded trucks are there. In India, you don't find them often. You use them in India only for transporting huge, iron ore or steel material, etc. We don't use them for many other purposes. Like long distance travel of iron and metals. They keep it as rolls of sheet on that huge flatbed trucks. You might have seen sometime. Okay, so but in America, these things are a little common. So Prabhupada saw that flatbed trucks. They were in front. And as soon as he saw this flatbed truck, immediately he said to the devotee, Michael, who was sitting besides. Yeah? Michael later became Mukunda Das. So he said to Michael that, oh, this truck, we can use this truck. And he said, Swamiji, you already have this nice car. No, we are driving in the car. What is this use of this flatbed truck? What is the use? Oh, no. We can do Rath Yatra. We can keep Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra on this truck, and then we can carry them on the street. Because we don't have the carts now. See, in India, you have these carts, you can make a cart and you can pull the ratha. But in America, you don't have that very easily available. Then Prabhupada said, oh yes, this is a flatbed truck, immediately, exactly suitable for keeping Jagannath, Baldev, Subhadra, and when we can take them into the street and we can have the Rath Yatra festival in the America. And everybody was surprised. Prabhupada is always thinking of service. The only thoughts which are crossing him is how to serve. Right? This is called as a great Vaishnava who always thinks of seva. That is our Hanumanji. Hanumanji is only thinking about seva. Even though he is million miles away from Ram, the only devotee in the kingdom of Ravan, right in the center of where people are worshipping their bodies, he is not getting disturbed. His Chetana is not at all disturbed by the sense gratification going around. Rather, he is thinking only and only of seva. That is the greatest of our Hanumanji. So it's 8:25. I thought I'll take Hanumanji to the palace of Ravan, but I'm not able to do that in the story. Next week, we'll take Hanumanji to the palace of Ravan. What happens as he goes to the palace of Ravan and comes face to face with Ravan? What happens at that time? And then further what happens, we'll describe how he meets Maya Sita, further course of actions, we'll describe in the next class. So please do come and come along with your friends, family members, everyone, as we continue speaking on the glories of Hanumanji. Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman, Jai Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much, Prabhuji, for such a wonderful class with lot of stories and also